Well, good morning. I'm about to change a engine coolant temperature sensor on a 2011 Chevy Malibu LT, and the four-cylinder. And what the symptoms were is that my gauges were all working except for my temperature gauge. It was running all day, and so it should have had some kind of temperature. Well, it kept on showing cold, and also my cooling fans were constantly running. So I knew something was obviously wrong. So I Googled it and I found a couple videos saying to change the temperature sensor. And so I'm just going to try to do a fast video because I don't have much time. I got to get into town. So I'm just going to give you a fast video of what the sensor was. So here we go. So I'm going to start the car. You'll see the sensor or the temperature gauge go up at first, and but then it goes down. This car has been is cold. It's been sitting all night. Here, I started again. It's been sitting all night, and you'll see that the engine light's on. It's cold, obviously, because it is cold. But what happens is that the fans. The fans are constantly running. So alright, I don't want to get the engine hot. I don't want to get the engine hot. So, let it cool down overnight. This car's been sitting all night. It is not hot. And you don't want it hot and under pressure when you're doing this, because when you take that sensor off, it's going to burn. So make sure you let this thing sit overnight, or at least half a day, before you go messing around with it. Alright, so next thing I found when we're Googling this is that you take this off to release the pressure. This is where your radiator fluid goes. Take that off, release the pressure, and then you can put it back on, tighten it down, and then what you do is you let me get a flashlight. Alright, so you unscrew this to get your air breather off of there. You just disconnect this and take oil cap off. Oil cap off. And what happens is you need to lift this up. So you're going to disconnect this. You unscrew this little clamp and you just pull this back. Then you're basically just going to lift this thing up. Right here there's a little suction cup type deal with a clamp. You just pull it straight up, and then back here, if you can see there's a little post right there. This thing hangs on, and then there's another post on the other side. But basically, you're going to lift this thing up from the front. Then you're going to come back here and you're just going to pick the whole thing up and move it to the side. Alright, so back here, you'll see, go back here, all the way back here, you'll see the sensors right here. I already disconnected this. All you do is pull the tab off, and it's a 19 millimeter deep well socket that goes over this. You take this off and replace it. You put it back on. But it's kind of hard for me to locate that. So it's in the back of the engine. If that helps you any. And then, all right, as you can see, I put it all back together the way it was, and I went ahead and I unhooked the ground cable off the battery and reset it to erase the engine code. Put it back on, and now look at the temperature gauge is working. So we'll see how it goes from here. I'm no mechanic. I'm just Googled it just like everybody else does around here, and YouTubing it. So yeah, so we'll see if it works, and see if the engine light comes back on, or this acts up again. Then it's probably your wiring or something else. But as for now, it's working again. So you guys have a blessed day, and